Hello, this is Edgar from Woodworking by Edgar, and I would like to introduce you to this project that I'm going to be working on, which is working on this boat. Um, it will be quite a few videos long, and I'm not exactly sure how many videos I'll do, but it will be a series of videos on the work as it progresses. So this is what the boat looked like when we first saw it last summer. It was sitting on top of a brush pile and was not in very good shape. Uh, there was rot on the bottom, completely covered with leaves. You can see some cutouts on the sides of the boat where there used to be oarlocks, and they had been cut out. All the paint is peeling, just lots of work to be done. But I decided to take it anyway, and in a couple of months we went back and came with a trailer to pick it up. We pulled it off the brush pile and dragged it out of the woods.
Drag it from the front.
Yeah,
Which end do you want frontwards?
that end over there would be better.
Toward the front. Yeah.
Yeah, those are all boards. I got a feeling that may be some fir.
Yeah. Softwood. Definitely.
Yeah, it's some sort of softwood.
I have a feeling it's probably. I'm gonna be hanging out quite a bit on the front, so I don't want the transom on the front.
Yeah.
So. Okay.
Jump on there.
Yeah. How's that?
That's okay. Yeah.
These that'll be good.
You were just staying in Pittsburgh. You ain't going too far.
Some of you may wonder why would I want to save a boat in this kind of shape, but this boat had been built by my wife's great-great-granduncle, Everett Covell, in Pittsburgh, New Hampshire, and we had been looking for one of his boats for a long time and finding none, but when we found this one, we decided it would be worth putting some work into it to try to preserve it. Well, I should say we have good reason to believe that he built it, but we're not 100% sure that he built it. So this is Happy Corner Bridge in Pittsburgh, New Hampshire, and the other side of that bridge is a home where Everett Covell lived, and that little shed in back there is where he built boats out of that shed. Yeah, there's not much, well, building is starting to cave in. So all over the Americas, wherever there was waterways, lakes, rivers, oceans, there would have been small boat shops like this where there were boat builders that produced small rowboats. They weren't real glorious boats. They were just small rowboats that would have been used in local waterways. So when fiberglass boats started becoming popular in the 50s and 60s, a lot of these small boat shops closed up, and the boats that had been built have slowly rotted away, and the boat shops are falling in, and a lot of this history is going away. John Gardner, Howard Chappell, Edwin Monk all wrote some books about small boat building and would be interesting reading for anyone who would like to read further up on that. This is Back Lake in Pittsburgh, and this is the lake that that boat would have spent most of its time at. It was originally built for driftwood cabins to be used by fishermen while they were staying there. This boathouse is at those cabins, and this boat would have spent most of its time around this area. So now it is a cold winter day, and I have come back to look at this boat again. I'm going to be needing this trailer fairly soon, so I've got to do something with this boat. And a few times lately I've looked at it and I have decided that I'm going to try to save the bow on it. There isn't a lot of the rest of the boat that I can really save. The inside, the floor on the inside, everything is rotted out, so I don't think there's much that can be saved on the floor. And on this side here you can see that there is a spot here where the plywood is starting to delaminate here, and it's rot. So I'm probably going to cut this off out here. I'm going to cut it off about at that line there. Over here, the top plank got cut out for where the oarlocks were, so I probably will cut it off about at this line here. I think the stern end of the boat I will probably be getting rid of most everything, and will try to save as much as I possibly can out of the boat. I would like to save some of the boards in this top deck here. They really are not in too bad of a shape. And it would be nice to be able to save this little dashboard that's in here, but it has this spot right here. Now, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with that yet, but I think I will start taking the boat apart, and then I will make my decision as to whether I want to replace that whole little dashboard or if I'll keep any of that. You can see inside here the bottom of the boat is rotten, and so there's not much on that bottom that I'm going to be able to save. I built a cradle for the boat to sit on, and it's just going to give me a flat spot to work on it. It has a couple of spaces in here where that there are runners on the bottom of the boat, which they will fit in between these 2x. That's the boat there, and I have done a little bit of cleaning out on the inside as good as I can. Everything is pretty well frozen right now, but I'll set it on that cradle and then move it inside and thaw things out and clean it all up. I set the transom of the boat on a horse over there and then pulled it up on the bow with a come-along and took the trailer out from underneath it. Now I'm going to set the cradle underneath that and push it into the garage. This gives us a good view of what the bottom of the boat looks like at this point, and it's not in very good shape, as you can see. But there you can see the runners, and then there was a somewhat of a keel on the front end, and a couple of little chine pieces along the chines on the side. So now the boat is in my shop, sitting on its cradle. I will be cleaning it all out, taking some accurate measurements of what I have and what I want to rebuild. As I had said earlier, I want to keep the bow of the boat but all the bottom, the back end will be replaced. I'm hoping to keep some of the transom. The top end of the transom is in fairly decent shape. The bottom end of the transom is rotten, so I will be replacing that. But I will be doing a lot more of this work on future videos. So if you'd like to stay up with what I'm doing with this boat, please subscribe and hit that like button, and also hit the notification bell. Thank you very much for watching my videos, and we'll see you next time.